Hey, and welcome back. Let's talk about relocating to Flower Mound, Texas. That's right, the hidden gem of Dallas and Fort Worth. We are on the north side of DFW Airport, and I have calculated from the center point, even heavy traffic, you can get to the airport terminal or the main gate in about 20 to 30 minutes. So if DFW Airport is something that you need to access, we got you. All right, so when you're relocating to Flower Mound, you want to be thinking about, if you're a family and you're looking for schools, we're going to talk about schools. If you like the parks, we got plenty of parks. I'm telling you, we have so many parks. And then neighborhoods. What you want to do, and my experience has been with relocation, is a lot of times, especially if it's a corporate relocation, sometimes you only have one weekend or one plane ride to get out here and take a look. After COVID, there was a lot of people that moved from California, from the Midwest, not so much from the East Coast, but mostly from California, Arizona, those areas. And what I came to find was everybody had to make a decision in the weekend, or they had to make a decision on that Monday when they returned to work. It's like a fire hose being thrown on you all at once. I realize that. I get it. I've seen it. I've been through it with several clients before, so I understand what happens and the dynamics of it. So what are you going to do? Well, if you're into parks and that's important to you, we have tons of parks everywhere. Heritage Park is probably one of the main parks. It's got a splash pad, it's got an 18-hole disc golf course. There's a 5-acre, what they call the Flower Mound, where you can take your dog. And then there's just parks scattered out through all of these neighborhoods. Now, if you live in a development or a planned community, sometimes you will have your own little parks as well. But there are, I'm telling you, every time I go out and drive around, I find another little park. It's wonderful. Let's talk about schools. If you're a family, and this is important, and you have to make sure that you know where you're living and the school that you're going to be in, and that's why it's so important to work with a realtor that knows the area, that lives in the area, that breathes in the area. And with that, the biggest school district in Flower Mound is Louisville ISD. Louisville is located to the east of Flower Mound. If you go west, in the western part of Flower Mound, and I'm talking about off of 377, if you're looking at a map, Cross Timbers going this way, 377 is going this way. 377 would go north-south. That's the old Denton Highway. So it's basically between 377 and 35 west. There's an area called Canyon Falls, and there's a couple of other communities in that area. That's under the Argyle School District. On the north side of Cross Timbers, on the east side of 377, there are areas over there that's part of the Argyle School District. There's some other smaller neighborhoods just south of Cross Timbers, but to the west, that's part of the Northwest ISD. So super, super important, I'm telling you, because you do not want to put a contract on a house unless you know what schools your children are going to, what middle school, what high school. I mean, that's super important. That could be a huge mistake for you. All three school districts are very highly rated, and it's just a lot of these neighborhoods, these planned areas, like I've got a middle school right behind me. There's another elementary school, maybe 2 miles away from me. So there's plenty of schools. That's not the issue. The issue that I'm trying to get across is, or the point is I'm trying to get across, is that just do your research, get with your realtor. I will tell you that the lines on these school districts change periodically. So what used to be Louisville ISD could be Argyle ISD or vice versa. And you have to keep up on that, and you have to have somebody that can help you with that. Let's talk about, as we're talking about schools, let's talk about neighborhoods. So if you are relocating and you're kind of at the entry point level, Timber Creek area, you can get in for, I don't know, the high 350s to 400, usually under about 500,000. It's a great area. Again, there's parks there. It's super convenient to the whole area of Flower Mound, and that's just one neighborhood. Another area, which is a little bit more luxury, is Bridalwood, which is where I live. We have a golf course that you can, it's a public course, it's not a private country club. It's got a restaurant and golf course and tennis courts. We have amenities. We have 2 Olympic-sized pools. We have a kids park. We have a basketball court, tennis courts, and they play pickleball on it too if you're into that. And a gym that's open 24 hours, which is great if you use it. And a really nice amenity center. So there's also Wellington that's just south of Bridalwood. So Bridalwood's on the north side of Cross Timbers. Wellington's on the south, and that's a huge community, but it is a great community. And both these communities, all 3 that I'm talking about, are very heavily treed. They're beautiful. You've got these beautiful trees, wide roads, super nice to drive through. And Wellington has their own amenity center. They have their own pool. There's North Shore, same thing. North Shore is a little bit closer to DFW, and there's some new construction kind of going on over there by Toll Brothers. They're just now putting in the streets. So that's that area. And then if we go a little bit further west, there is Town Lake, which is a Toll Brothers community. If you like Toll Brothers, I like them. I think they're great. But these are newer communities, and they don't have that big tree neighborhood that you may want. They're beautiful homes, and the neighborhoods are beautiful. It's great. But it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. And then if you want to be closer to Lake Grapevine, a little bit more exclusive gated community, homes are in the start at least $2 million, would be Point Noble, Bella Lago, and that's along Wichita. So my whole point with all of this is that as soon as you find out when you are going to be relocating, you got to get on the phone, you got to get with an agent, and you got to start looking. And because I understand that you are under the gun and you're limited. I've seen time frames as short as a month where people have come, they're in a panic, they got to find something. When I was looking on the MLS this morning, which is what we look at for homes, there was 230 homes for sale from price points from $350,000 up to $7 million. So there's something for everybody without a doubt. So we've talked about schools, we've talked about parks, we've talked about neighborhoods. I know we're just scratching the surface here, and I know that relocation can be very stressful, but I'm Chris Hooper with Chris Hooper Realty. Thanks for sticking around.